What's going on everyone? It's Greg back with another Watcher of Realms guide. This time is chapter 8 and I do not like chapter 8. Hated it, and chapter 8 I just don't like all the crazy units they got coming at you. And I would say this one probably has the most flexibility in placement and things like that. Sometimes you just gotta do what works for you. But there are 5 particular stages that the developers are asking us to make content on, saying that hey, people are struggling with these. Let's just get right into it, because it might be a longer one. We have stage 8-9, and this is normal, but you'll see these same things in normal and hard and extreme, whatever the last mode is. Yeah, I don't like this, man. It has these little guys that go in the water, they pop back up, they're stronger. But the worst part about this is these freaking priests. I don't know if it's priests or whatever. Priests of thunder. Yeah, the priests, man. They can do stuff from far away. They hit you from far away, so you kind of got to cover this. You kind of got to cover this. You got to cover as much as you can, and put some ground units down to prevent people from coming in here. Let's see if I can auto fight this. Yes, luckily. I would hate to have to do this again. All right. So like I said, you got these priests. Is it a priest? Pretty sure it's a priest coming in here. I try to go ahead and get some DPS out. I throw Iona out. Then I'm like, okay, my Iona's gonna die. Let me throw out my light lock to heal. Then I'm like, okay, how can I finish this thing? Because it's gonna keep blasting me. I throw out my Theowen. You can see there, those mobs got really close, because at this point you're trying to manage your energy, your cost. And so I got my Theowen out, and then I'm like, oh crap, these 2 units are coming in. By this point, I pulled Salazar. So you got another fighter, put another fighter down, a tank, whatever. You need to block off this portal. Now this portal unfortunately can be attacked from both sides. And you can see I put my Zilla 2 out. I had got Zilla 2 at this point. I put Zilla 2 out. You might want to put different fighter, different ground unit out. But you kind of need two on this one. You need someone to cover this lane and someone to cover this lane, because this is like a different lane, and then there's units that come back here and they come in from this side. So you need to block it off from both sides. So now I'm like trying to catch my breath. I'm like, okay, I got coverage. I can stop people from coming in here, but light lock is only healing these units this way. I even put this comment out here, but don't have heals. So I'm like, okay, how can I heal this? I threw a freaking element out here. Like, okay, now I'm healing. Am I healing all 3 lanes? I can't remember. I think I'm only healing. No, I think I'm only healing 2. So I don't even think Zilla 2 has heals at this point. So this is not a very clean build. Like it's really hard to place things here. But this is how I did it. Maybe you need to tweak some things. But I have my Iona DPS and these freaking things that come out from here. This one got away, so now she's kind of blasting a little bit, but luckily I think they blast like the last unit that came out. So got her on the healer at least, so that I think that's one thing that will help on here. I think they hit the last unit with the lightning. Let's see if it has it in the description. But you can see there, you got to cover you need 3 ground units to cover the portals. You need to cover 1, 2, 3 positions. And then you want to try to DPS these units as they come out of the portals, so you can just don't have to deal with the freaking lightning. Is the console airport summons thunder? Let's see. Splash damage to the target surrounding units. I think that's acid rain. Oh, in the acid rain, she does more. So that's the one thing. One of the units will come out and they'll like stand in one place, hold something up, and then it'll just be raining. And so then this thing does splash damage. I think as long as you keep those units down, that's why you want to focus these guys, because at some point you can end up with a bunch of these dudes coming out and around, and they're going so slow and they're just constantly doing damage. But I'm pretty sure this one will attack the last deployed unit, and that follows suit through the rest of these. So let's go into 8-10. 8-10. I like this layout a little bit better. Let's go ahead and see what I do, because some cases you need to throw a unit up here to DPS these guys. You got to take these freaking priests out. Oh, so we did have like a little mini boss here, Calypso. So let's see how we handled it. So as normal, trying to get the coverage down here. Comet, my best DPS, I put him down here. Don't know if that's the best choice, but we put my healer down. Comet can burst some units down before I get my ground units. You might need to do the reverse. You might need to get your ground units down first. Now you can see we got the acid rain. We got this Joker doing the freaking lightning. But they come down quick enough that I was handling them here. But I put my Theo in out here to deal with some mobs. But I have no heals on him. So then I'm like, okay, what can I do now? I ended up losing both of these units. So that was not the best placement. Before you do that, you really need a healer out here. It needs to be a decent healer because it's hard to out heal this stuff. But if you can get some solid defenses down here, you can tank the hits that are coming in, as you can see here, I'm good for a while, right? My comment will DPS them down. I got 2 healers down here and 2 ground units. So I got Regulus and Abomination. These guys are holding things down. Comet is just doing the DPS. He's getting healed by both Elowen and Madan. Then I just kind of stick units out here just trying to get some extra damage on stuff. I tried to get a little damage in on Calypso. She went down. So luckily my fortification right here was all I needed. And then once the Calypso came in range, Comet took her out with his ult. And then all we had to do is handle the rest of the units. So this is a pretty similar pattern. I do throw my Nyx back out there to quickly take out some units up here, but you know that doesn't always work out. Your unit might die, you might not have heals. So you can see since I had 5 deployed and you can have 10, you know, it might be good to have even another healer in if you do, and maybe put that healer here so you can stick someone out here to do some damage to the units coming across. That's about it. If you have a solid line down below, you should be good. Stack down below with your 2 ground units, 1 huge DPS, and 2 healers. Now let's look at 8-11. So we're 3 in a row. That was our little mini boss at 8-10. 8-11. We only have 1 little portal to guard, but it's a little bit tricky because of the layout. So let's go ahead and see how we handled it. So the deal is, if units can make it into the water, they get stronger when they come out of the water. So you got that happening over here and over here. And on this right side, you have the big God, what are these things called again? I forget. Those big jokers coming in and they stop and just keep doing damage. But I needed to go ahead and block this off. So I got my Salazar out here blocking. So you need a fighter or tank blocking this way. Most likely a fighter just to be able to knock these guys out. Then I had put my comment out here for some DPS. Now he can reach both this side and this side, but it's only 1 block. That's all I needed. So then I had to quickly throw out my Elowen to get the heals. Then I had to pull out my Abomination. I think I didn't even realize that the mobs could come in from back here. Stuck my Abomination to block the units while my comment takes them out. Then I'm like, oh, this thing is over here doing the rain. It's annoying. Let me put Iona out here. So I put Iona out here. She was about to die, so I'm like, okay, let's throw something else out. I actually put my Zilla2 in the wrong position. Should have put her here to actually block that, but it wasn't necessary. That was enough. Ideally, you want to block off all 3 sides of the portal. I'll show you that here. So I pulled the map here. You want to block this block, and this block. So that's where the units can come in. You got the big units coming in here. They stop multiple times along the way. So if you can take care of them, take care of them. Other than that, you have a steady stream coming in the middle. You have a steady stream coming on the left of little lower mobs. So you want your 2 ground units stopping them. Some kind of DPS in here. You know, ideally a DPS that can hit both, and then a healer that can heal everyone in this area. I probably should have faced Elowen the other way, and she could have healed Abomination. And then I could have stuck another healer over here if necessary. But we got the job done. And that's it. So now we are moving on to 8-13. Seems to be a struggle for some folks, and of course 8-14, the boss level. 8-13 is back to the same map, so similar strategy. We'll run through this one a little bit quicker, and you can just, if you need to slow it down, slow it down. But let's just take a look at what we did here, because we've already seen this one. This one starts adding in these flying mobs going all around the map. They go around and then cut back into one of the portals. I put my Iona up here again, getting that DPS facing up. She's facing that way. trying to take care of them little suckers coming out of here, or no, the big suckers coming out of here. Then my Nyx, I put my Nyx and face this way to handle this stuff coming out of this portal. I don't like to deal with those big ones. You want to get those big ones down. And then of course I have my Comet here. So I have 3 primary DPS at this point. Get your ground unit in front of the portals. Boom, boom. What do I have over here? Aim. That's an interesting choice. Why did I not use Salazar and Zillitu at this point? I don't know what the heck I was doing. But we got our Abomination up here. And of course I have nothing to hit Calypso right now. So this is like a little mini boss. So what did I do to take care of that? Looks like for now I'm just tanking it. And I don't even know how he's getting healed because I only have Elwyn facing this way. Oh look, Abomination ended up going down. Wait, where the heck did Calypso go? I'm not even sure how I killed Calypso. Anyway, I kind of want to fight it again to see, but I don't want to use stamina. So I didn't pay attention to what I DPS Calypso with, but she ended up going down. And yeah, so let's move on and finish off with N8-14. Back to this layout. So again, we're not gonna go too crazy. Let's just go ahead and see what we did. All right, so this time I decided to go ahead and start up here, get some DPS on this lane. I did face Toriel that way. This unit came in, another one of the big boys came in and started targeting Toriel because they target the last unit you deploy. So I stuck out Comet up here to get that one down. Then we started having ground units come in. So I got my 1 tank out here. I got my Nyx DPS out here. So we got 1, 2, 3 DPS out. Then we have Calypso come in. So you can see Toriel is facing the wrong way. She's not hitting Calypso. Calypso is focused on what? She's focused on my Salazar. So I think that was the last thing I put out. Then I put Iona out. I'm like, oh, let me do some DPS on her. She killed Iona so fast. I had to use my Eloy here. Guys, I really was kind of getting in my panties in a bunch, really, because I was like, what am I gonna do? I started doing some random stuff, right? I lost my Iona right there. Then my Salazar was about to die, so I used my Eloin's little heal thing on here because Eloin's only covering these 2 units. So then since Iona died, she's back to hitting Salazar. She took Salazar out. So I'm like, okay, I need to do something, right? Let me stop her for a little bit with Abomination because then she's in Comet's range, and honestly, Comet just obliterated her. You really got to find a way to hurry up and get them down. So now Comet can deal with things over here as Abomination blocks. I don't know why the heck I put Theo in here, but I did. These guys are still holding things down. Nyx is holding things down, DPSing these mobs. They make it down here. Toriel is doing some nice damage. Comet is handling things up here, as you can see, not really utilizing the healers. I just got my 1 main healer down here and hoping for the best everywhere else. Abomination has really good survivability. That was it. Once you get Calypso down, it's a lot easier to deal with. So even if you lose some units, do what you can to get her down as quick as possible. So again, I'm sorry that I can't do this on a fresh account where I can kind of show you with more, 1, free to play, and 2, with lower units and lower powered units, but that's what I got right now. So that was stages 9, 10, 11, 13, and 14 on chapter 8. Absolutely hated chapter 8. You probably had the most flexibility in terms of what you want to do on chapter 8. Hopefully those layouts I did give you a little better idea. The whole goal of this is give you a different idea, pump you up on what you're doing. But at the end of the day, you might need to gear up a little bit, so keep that in mind. Could be a gear issue, but you should be using a similar number of units, ground units, and mages and healers as I am, and go from there. So if you have any questions though, you want me to help you something specific, let me know down in the comments. Make sure you join my Discord if you want, or you can find me in a lot of the other Discords, and I'd be happy to help anyone if you need some help. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. I'll catch you in the next video.